हेलो फ्रेंड्स, हाउ आर यू? हाउ आर योर स्टडीज गोइंग ऑन? कैसी पढ़ाई चल रही है? दिस इज माय 18th लेसन ऑफ बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट. हाउ आर यू फाइंडिंग इट? How much it is useful? Please write in the comment box. Please also write if some particular topic you want more emphasis on that. I will give a special lesson on those things. If you have any doubt, please must write it. Today I am going to explain you some acts, especially two acts I will explain. One is MRTP and the other one is Consumer Protection Act. MRTP क्या है? This is nothing but monopolistic and restrictive trade practices. What happened that after independence, there was a lot of problem in India. See, it was very poor state now that time. Our country was one of the poorest country of the world, and here lot of scope of business was there, but we didn't have proper infrastructure, we didn't have big business houses, and fund shortage was there. Most mainly main problem was there. So what could it happen? One was that gave the this opportunity to the foreign companies, which was restricted completely. We were not allowing other foreign countries to come in India very freely. There were a lot of restrictions, lot of import duty were there. If you do import, lot of duties were there because government was thinking we should give priority to the indigenous things. So many things were there, and even the private sectors, we were not giving a lot of preference to them. Government was also opening a lot of companies for consumer goods as well as that mines, steels, and all this essential things, whatever is required for the government, for the common people and all. So government was also involved in that. So this MRTP was to restrict the private companies to start doing monopolistic activity. If some product is very, very popular and without that you cannot live, that is very essential thing for your day-to-day life. What will happen that private parties, if they are left free, they are given full freedom, they may keep the price very high and the common people will suffer from that. So that monopolistic activity, if it was not at all desirable, and government had a lot of control over that by doing this MRTP. If you do this kind of MRTP Act means you will keep the price very high. If you don't care the customer, you sell the product and you do not give proper services. If you sell some defective pieces, expired pieces, and you don't care this consumers, then you are liable to get punishment. So the monopolies and restricted trade practices is a law in India that prohibits unfair business practices and monopolies. The act was passed in 1969 to protect consumers and ensure fair competition. Understood? So, what does the MRTP Act do? It protects consumers. What way? The MRTP Act prevents businesses from charging high prices, as I told you, limiting product quality. They will sell product of substandard and other unfair practices. Means don't give proper services, don't care for you. And what is unfair trade practices? It refers to any trade practices which lead to exploitation of consumer by trader. Any trade practice referred under Clause 1 of Section 5 of MRTP Act is coming under these things, these heads. What are those? Misleading advertisement. आप एडवर्टाइजमेंट कुछ देते हो, देते कुछ और हो. Advertisement of bargain price or switch selling means in the ad you give very attractive price, and when the customer comes to you, you say that product, that particular variant is not available now. Other product is there, that is also very good quality, and this price is high, but you you are just catching the customer from the competitor. For that, if you give advertising, offering pseudo gifts, you are saying some gifts you will provide and you don't give, or this the way you explain it is not at all possible to get. Offering unsafe or hazardous gift, या कोई ऐसा गिफ्ट जो कि आपको ये प्रॉब्लम दे, मतलब वो आपके स्वास्थ्य के लिए नहीं सी ठीक हो, है ना? Like tobacco if you give along with the product, huh? Is it desirable? No, लेकिन it attracts, no? बहुत लोगों को ये attract करता है. कुछ आप दारू की बोतल दे दो उसके साथ. So it is not at all desirable, and the government will restrict that. Hoarding or destroying of goods. If you keep the product in your stock for a longer period to think that the price will go up, then only you will sell. It is also not a fair practice. So MRTP Act, what does it do? It promotes competition. Yes, it promotes competition. The MRTP Act prevents monopolies and other practices that limit competition. मोनोपोलिस एक्ट में क्या होता है कि अगर आप मोनोपोलिस्टिक एक्टिविटी है, इसका मतलब कि एक पार्टी, ओनली वन प्राइवेट पार्टी इज डोमिनेटिंग द अदर्स. Nobody is there in the competition, and they are charging whatever they expect. They think whatever they feel that because they are the only supplier, or they are the only service provider, so they will keep the charge as per their wish. So वो क्या है? एक तरह का एक्सप्लॉयटेशन है. और एमआरटीपी एक्ट उसको रिस्ट्रिक्ट करता है और एक कंपटीशन को बढ़ावा देता है. इट प्रमोट्स कंपटीशन. अदर पार्टीज विल आल्सो कम. दे विल allow other private parties also to come and do competition, give better service at the cheaper rate. What will happen? Automatically the price will go down. Encourages entrepreneurship. The MRTP Act helps small businesses complete, which can encourage entrepreneurship because competitive environment will be there. So it will encourage entrepreneurship. How does the MRTP Act work? The MRTP Commission investigates complaints about unfair trade practices. जो भी ट्रेड प्रैक्टिसेस आप अगर अनफेयर कर रहे हो तो उसको वो पहले इन्वेस्टिगेट करेगी. Then the MRTP Commission can award compensation to people who have suffered losses due to unfair trade practices. So if your action comes under this act, you will be punished. What inspired the MRTP Act? Why the need of MRTP Act was there? Because in our constitution it is written there. The MRTP Act was inspired by the directive principles of state policy in the Indian constitution. These principles aim to ensure social justice and economic growth. We are always here to provide social justice and economic growth. India is a democratic country and we think for each and every person of the country. And this ensures that social justice and economic growth, both. Now we come to Consumer Protection Act. What is Consumer Protection Act? तो आप जो प्रोडक्ट लेते हो तो उसमें सर्विसेज आपको प्रॉपर मिलनी चाहिए, उसकी क्वालिटी आपको अच्छी मिलनी चाहिए. सो वट एवर यू commit, whether you give or not, that is also to be ensured. So who will do that? कहीं पे लगाम लगाना होगा ना. वो लगाम लगाने के लिए एक तरह का जज है. ये कंज्यूमर प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट होता है. इसके फोरम होते हैं, डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल, उसके ऊपर स्टेट लेवल, उसके ऊपर नेशनल लेवल. So like this district level court is there, then state level court is there, national level court is there. So their judges are the consumer forum judges and they listen all these complaints. A trade practice which for the purpose of promoting the sale, use or supply of any goods or for the provision of any service dismantles and regulates any unfair method or unfair or deceptive practice. See, it is written in a very lawful manner. You should understand it that it is saying that if you are promoting a sale and you are giving that you are committing that you will provide this kind of things. The product will help you in giving services for these things, and we will provide you after sale service like this, and the life will be like this. But it doesn't happen, or you are not listening to the customer for any kind of problem, then this customer or consumer can go to COPRA, Consumer Forum, and then they will investigate whether your act was justified or not. Consumer Protection Act 1986 seeks to provide for better protection of the interest of consumers and for the purpose to make provision for the establishment of consumer councils and other authorities for the settlement of consumer disputes and for matter connected therewith aims of CPT 1986. See, this is the forum, or this is the act which was made to provide justice to the customer. And this all the councils were there. As I explained you, you can go there, you can complain the product, this your problem, and the culprit will be brought there. You can keep your advocate, or you can directly approach them, and then you can justify your side. The other party will also put the clarification, and if the consumer court feels that your point is right, you will be awarded and he will be punished. So Consumer Protection Act, what is that? They provide you, or they ensure you what is very much required for you. The right to be protected against marketing of goods which are hazardous to life and property. तो आपको ये राइट है जानने का कि which good is hazardous to your life or property. So in the product, it should be mentioned. So it is the right of human being or the citizen of India, as per the Constitution of India, that you should know the product, what they are selling, is it good for your health or not? Everything it should be mentioned in that. You have the right to know about the quality, quantity, potency, purity, standard, and price of goods to protect the consumer against unfair trade practices. तो कैसे डिफाइन करोगे प्रोडक्ट? Quality, quantity, potency. Potency means power of that product. Purity, how much pure it is. Then standard, what standard is this? And price of goods. Everything should be mentioned about the product on the wrapper or on the product itself in the packing. So the customer should know before buying all this and judge whether the price is correct or not, whether he should buy it or not. The right to be assured wherever possible access to an authority of goods at competitive prices. He has the right to know whether it is competitive price or not. The consumer has also the right to be heard and to be assured that consumers' interest will receive due consideration at appropriate forums. Yes, his problem should be addressed at the appropriate forum. That is to be assured. The right to seek redressal against unfair trade practices or unscrupulous exploitation of consumers. कस्टमर को ये अधिकार है कि he should complain if there is unfair trade practices. The manufacturer cannot say that even if the product is bad, you cannot go to court or anywhere. Right to consumer education, and the right है customer का about the product you should give, where it should be used, what is the purpose of this, and what are its features. तो consumer education का भी उसका right. And what is complainant? Complainant means a consumer who has bought the product and used it. So he is a consumer. So he is the complainant. उसी को प्रॉब्लम है ना, तो वो कंप्लेनेंट, शिकायत करता. Any voluntary consumer association registered under the Companies Act 1956 or under any other law of the time for the time being in force. Yes, कंज्यूमर हो सकता है, कंज्यूमर एसोसिएशन हो सकता है, या एक रजिस्टर्ड कंपनी हो सकती है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. इट इज नॉट दैट यूजर इज नॉट ओनली सिंगल इंडिविजुअल पर्सन. he or she can be a person or an organization, company, anything, or a group of people. Central government or any state government, they also can be a consumer or complainant. One or more consumers where there are numerous consumers having the same interest. Yes, same kind of people are there. All, suppose 10 people are there, all have bought your product. So they can go to consumer forum with one complaint itself. So how was the session? Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Please also do comment, write comment also. It will help me to bring some more lessons as per your requirement. Thank you very much. Once again, I will come with a new topic very shortly, suitable to your requirement.